What is going on, Torontonian, Raptonian, Fanzonians? It was looking a little bit scary there for a tiny bit. I don't know, you know how it is being a Raptor fan. You're always worried that we're going to let it slip away. Alvin actually had some decent comments today. I got to give him maybe even like a 7.5 on his announcing today. He didn't seem to fumfer around with whether he's talking about the offense or the defense and switching back and forth or using the English language incorrectly. So good job. But he also made a comment about, we've had leads in these games. Now we got to learn how to finish these games, how to close these games. And the Raptors, you know, I don't think we're turning a corner. We're playing the Pacers, which they didn't seem to be having a great night. Halliburton, what's going on, man? Last year, oh my gosh, like I couldn't miss. Remember the All-Star game? Just throwing it up in the air and it was going in no matter what direction he was facing. And man, this game he couldn't seem to put it together, missing some like close, within 10 feet kind of ones, 8 feet. I mean, I think I could hit a few of those as long as there were no defenders around, obviously. But yeah, great victory. The Toronto Raptors beat Mr. Pascal Siakam. I almost threw on my Pascal Siakam jersey because I do have one upstairs. The last year's city jerseys with the black and gold. But forget him. He doesn't deserve it. I mean, it's not his fault he was traded, obviously. I still have a soft spot for Mr. Siakam, and especially funny enough seeing him going against Jakob Poeltl, his fellow draft classmate that used to be buddies. But yeah, wow, what a game. Speaking of the Pacers, I mean, they might have lost this one as much as we pulled out a victory. And yes, it's going to go that way until the Raptors can prove themselves, in a couple of actual wins. But I'll take it. We'll take it. I hope we'll all take it. You know we will. I mean, we're in tank season for Cooper Flag. I'm hoping that anyway, I don't even know what I'm hoping because obviously if we got Cooper Flag, it would be fantastic. So I don't know. We'll have to do a little deep dive on are we tanking, should we tank, that kind of thing. But for this game, I mean, we'll take the wins where we get them. But I was just going to comment that the Indiana Pacers on the plus minus, at least we're all minus on all five of their starters. And then funny enough, now I should look at that direct comparison. It's not usually that obvious, but all the Raptors starters are in the positive for plus minus. And again, I don't know. I'm going to look into that over future broadcast, but I don't think that happens every time because I've been checking it out and you usually get one or two players up and down. Anyway, pretty funny, pretty interesting. But yeah, Tyrese Halliburton, as we mentioned, only 16 points. He was 5 of 18 from the floor. Not good, not good in 39 minutes. And Mr. Pascal Siakam, since we were talking about him, let's just mention his contribution. He had 25 in 39 minutes. Man, Benedict Mathurin, guy's a pretty solid player. 28 points. I mean, again, it's funny. You hear his name going over and over again, and I see him scoring, but man, wow, 28. Not bad. But nothing compared to your Toronto Raptors, where we've got RJ, man. RJ, my man, RJ. Like, no, I was born in the center of the universe, otherwise known as Toronto. So maybe I'm a little more bleeding the purple, even though I wish it was blue. And then we gone with the original Husky colors. But anyway, I could bleed the purple. I could bleed the red. I don't know. I do bleed red actually, but you know what I'm saying. What we're talking about here with Raptors. But man, RJ, I love having a GTA grown talent back on the Raptors. It proves my theory, that they do seem to get up. Now maybe RJ's just a special guy. I don't know if we had Wiggum here, if he Andrew Wiggins, I mean Wiggum. Sorry, suddenly Simpsons references crossing paths in my brain neuro network. Yeah, if we had Andrew Wiggins on the team, would he be that into Canada? I don't know. He doesn't even want to play for, Team Canada. But RJ clearly does seem to care. His father raised him the right way. And man, this guy seems to be just stepping it up since he's been on the Raptors, traded obviously by OG or, traded with quickly for OG last year. But man, yeah, RJ 39 points, season high, and he looked like he had it going. The problem with the Raptors that I find most of the time watching them is painful when their offense is just stagnant's not even the word. Like there's nobody. I think the other day I said something about creativity. Nobody seems to have any creativity when it's going poorly, when they're doing, as bad as they have in some of these games that we've had to witness lately. But man, today didn't feel like that. I wasn't watching it going, what are you guys doing? Pass it again, move the ball again. There seemed to be, and it wasn't just different player. Like I don't know if it was the lineup. Obviously, Darko's got a learning curve too, and we got a bunch of new players, and we have our injury guys, sitting. So we're still trying to work Mogbos and Davian Mitchell's into the starting or into the lineups. I mean, but Mitchell into the starting and Agbaji into the starting lineup, and then you got Shed and other guys that might get a couple minutes in garbage time, playing. Then we got guys getting injured, and we have to have a Garrett Temple 11-minute stint in here. And man, he was a +9. So good job, Garrett Temple. It's funny, he had the halftime interview and said something about he's telling Scotty Barnes all the time when you're preaching from the, sidelines, you better, if you get tapped to get in and get some minutes, you better practice what you preach. And he certainly seemed to. He had the hustle going and, looked good. Only took a couple shots, but he's not out there to get shots. He's out there to, defend and, be an energy guy and try and grab rebounds and do all that kind of stuff. So yeah, wow. Toronto Raptors overall looking good. I mean, Jakob Poeltl too, killing it. It's funny they were talking about Jakob Poeltl playing at an all-star level. Hmm, I don't know if I looked up centers, and again, we should maybe do a deep dive and get into it. But he looked like he was 14th on in the NBA, and all-star level, if you're going to make it to the all-star game, don't you need to be probably top six? Just my thinking, you got two teams, you got starting center, backup, and then maybe the deep bench guy if they get that far, kind of thing. With 15 on the team, yeah, it makes sense to me. I don't think he's playing all-star level, but he is playing fantastic. And again, love Jakob Poeltl. I hope he could stick around. It does sometimes feel like one of those moments where maybe, man, we should sell high and trade Poeltl and get a couple. I don't know if we could get a Kaminga or somebody like that, but if Golden State's actually going for it this year, they might like to have uh, you know, a workhorse in the paint, like Jakob Poeltl, because they got enough 3-point shooting and people flying around, spacing the floor out. So, but yeah, Jakob Poeltl 30, Devion Mitchell. I mean, again, I was not loving his offensive game, especially at the beginning of the season, but he seems to be getting better and better. At 11 points, but he's not hogging the ball. The thing I do love is that he's not trying to do a hero, Van Vliet in the last few minutes. I mean, the Raptors overall seem to have gone away mostly from ISO ball, and maybe that's what's the key today too, is that they were sharing the ball, but it just seemed like there was a better flow. Agbaji, I think, is starting to understand his role, and man, doing a pretty solid job. 2 of 3 from three. Great, great, great. And on defense, I mean, he went up at one play to stop Pascal. It was sort of a two in a row. I think he was stopping a different player first, and then Pascal got the rebound, and he went back up again and stopped it. There was still a foul on the play, so Pascal went to the line, but he was still able to stop the bucket from counting for it to be the N one. And man, so as I keep saying, and I don't want to keep harping on it, but man, I cannot wait until imagine we have a Scotty Barnes and quickly in the starting lineup, and we got this Mitchell coming off the bench and taking up those shed minutes, and then we've got uh, Olynyk coming off the bench instead of Bruno. I mean, wow, it'll be. Sorry, did I just mess up his name? I hope not. But I apologize. I don't have it anywhere else in front of me here, so I can't really look it up. Anyway, but you know what I mean. I'm talking about our backup third string center. He's playing minutes like he's, well, like he's our backup center, but he's our backup. So anyway, let's oh yeah, Bruno Fernando. I was right. Okay, come on, man. Questioning myself here. Anyway, yeah, I'm wrapping up this video, but Grady Dick is the last person that we should maybe just quickly comment about. The guy's leading a bunch of stats for people that are 20. I think he's turning 21 this week or next. Amazing job by him. Only 15 points, but still great. So yeah, just happy to bask in a victory. I'm not sure if we should try and turn this into, more victories or not. Um, We seem to, like the position of maybe tanking. We're playing who next? We're playing the Timberwolves next. Yeah, yeah. It's probably a loss, but I wouldn't mind taking advantage of their sort of transitioning as they're getting used to, having DiVincenzo and whoever the other power forward guy is that they traded from the Knicks. Sorry, I wasn't planning to talk about the Knicks. I'm just looking at the next games here, and then we play the Cavs after that. So yeah, probably a couple losses coming up. Maybe we can get some retribution against the Pistons. Oh, we're at the Pistons. I should maybe go to that game. All right. Anyways, thanks for watching. Take care. See you guys next time. Go Raps.